thank you all for being here at our first meetup, Gnosis meetup in Berlin in a long time. To give you just some context, we are doing these meetups in Lisbon since 2022, and we are now trying to expand them for our other offices in London and Berlin. And this is actually our first event in our new full node. So this is our new home now. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to let you know that we still have some flex and fixed desks available. And for all of you who registered for this event, we would like to offer you a discount for the first 3 months. And if you'd like to know a bit more details about it, please talk to this lady, Fernanda, and she will help you out with all the details. Besides that, I would also like to make a small announcement about DAppCon. So DAppCon is the Gnosis conference organized, or it's a conference organized by Gnosis, and it's taking place next month this year, between the 21 and 23 of May. And tickets are almost sold out, so please run if you still want to grab one. And this year themes will be mostly focused on financial infrastructure and tools, open infrastructure and open internet. And we also have a discount for everyone who registered to this event. So if you want, please scan these QR codes and you'll get 20% discount if you use that code, Berlin Meetup 20. And thank you so much. And now I'm gonna pass the word to Martin, who will speak about Gnosis 3.0 and Circles version 2.
One question, how do I get notified about the next event? You are not a meetup.
I will notify you.
Okay.
I will send you a bunch of notifications. So a round of applause for Martin, please.
Yeah, so I want to share a bunch of things. When I was a student, we had this format, hack and tell, where kind of slides were not allowed, but you would have to show things. And I have some slides, but I also want to show you a bunch of things, kind of just do live demos or show you work that is in progress. We are working on a large range of things within Gnosis. So we will kind of jump through them and just kind of give you glimpses of what we are doing. But yeah, let's get started. All right. Cool. Yeah, Gnosis 3.0, some highlights. So Gnosis has a long history, almost 9 years now. So we have been very early on in the Ethereum space, started working on Ethereum before Ethereum was even live, when it was still a testnet. Very initially, we started and wanted to build prediction markets, but over the years, we ended up building all kind of things in the very beginning out of necessity, because to build those prediction markets, lots of basics and lots of infrastructure was missing. So we basically had to build those first, and then we ended up kind of continuing those projects. And one of the largest projects that came out of that period was the Gnosis Safe, or back then Gnosis Safe, now Just Safe, or CowSwap protocol for essentially a DEX protocol. But now, so Gnosis 1 was prediction markets, 2 was kind of this period of Ethereum infrastructure, but now we have tried to bring all those things together into a structure. And yeah, we see Gnosis as a collective that is able to tackle large scale projects, large scale projects but still have kind of connections or alignments between all those projects. And the three main pillars are on the top left, you see the chain. So there is a blockchain, and kind of almost all of that activity is also happening on that chain, not exclusively, but also. There is a potent DAO, so kind of, well, it has a treasury and it can vote and it can allocate resources. But then probably the most exciting part is I guess venture studio, or basically all the projects that come out of Gnosis and that are then connected and are feeding back. And I want to highlight a few. So here that's that's just some statistics about the chain. So one special thing about our chain is that we really care to make it easy or enable it to run validators. So validators are those who, kind of running the chain. And in Gnosis, we, want to enable anyone to become a validator, to become a block producer, to be someone who is kind of running this chain, owning this chain. Also kind of where this slogan comes from, community-run chain. So in general, that is the North Star of ours, that users of something, of a platform, should also be owners of platforms. And we think that that's in general a goal in our view for Web3. But I want to highlight some of the projects we are working on, and one here is Gnosis Pay, and I could imagine many of you have heard about it, but I still want to share some things. So what is it? It is what we believe is the first self-custodial debit card, Visa debit card in that case. So it is a card that is directly linked to a blockchain account, and if you do a transaction, it will actually result directly in a transaction on chain. And I want to try to demonstrate and show that to you. So I'm on my phone. Oh, no, I lost the tab here, but I want to show you here. So I'm going to a site, Give Directly. It's just a site where you can donate for basic income. And okay, I select here $25. I want to donate. It gives me the option to use Apple Pay. So let's see. Okay, here is the option. I press twice. I validate with my face, and it makes, let's see. Bing. So it made bing. So, and now let's see what happened. So I actually used under the hood Gnosis Pay, and let's see. Let's log in, or let's log into my Gnosis Pay account here, and here we go. So yeah, I just paid here the $24, so 23.59 euros. Oh no, this is not the right transaction. Okay, let's see. Wallet. Yes. Yes. So 635. So you see kind of that transaction actually, as I clicked, is already settled on the blockchain. And you can see here 23.59 euros were taken out of my safe from the transaction I just authorized here, and it was immediately settled in real time on chain. And now you might see a second transaction where my safe here was already kind of refilled, or basically another 23, or essentially the same amount came in. And I explain why that happened. And that's an example of the permissionless innovation of what is possible if you put those things on chain. So right now I have this safe with 1,000 euros on chain. However, on the blockchain there are currently plenty of opportunities to have euros or stablecoins in places where they actually earn interest. Relatively easy, you can get 5-10% interest on your stablecoins. So you would not necessarily want to put the stablecoins you have on this card. You would want to put them in a place where you earn the interest. However, you still want to be able to spend the card. So I have set my safe up, and this was again from an outside developer, so not from someone from Gnosis Pay, but an outside developer developed a small tool where you can kind of park your money. It's actually someone from Yearn, and so you can park your money there where it's earning interest, and essentially you permission it in such a way that it monitors your own safe, and essentially you can then say, okay, I want to have up to so and so much money on my safe, and every time it drops below, it will refill. So kind of essentially you can say, okay, this is kind of the amount I want to have available to be spending immediately, and everything else should earn this interest. So again, kind of just an example of things that are possible if you put things, or if you put the process of payment on chain. Cool. So going back to the presentation. So the next topic we are working on is a wallet, so a mobile wallet. So this Gnosis Pay product should be available to any wallet. So any wallet that wants to have a self-custodial card linked to it can use Gnosis Pay, but we ourselves will also or are also building a wallet. And for those of you following us for a long time, we already did an attempt in 2018 with a mobile wallet already using Safe, and probably back then way ahead of its time. But now, another one is coming. Well, this is already a very early preview. We will release it at DebCon. But just one highlight, we still think kind of seed phrases are a big kind of problem for wallets, or certainly not a great experience. So that one will use pass keys and therefore not need seed phrases. Anyhow, next topic of the many things we are doing is here in this corner, what we call Gnosis Labs. And here we are working with AI agents. And again, I will give you a demo here as well. And actually coming to some extent back to topics we have been working on the past, on prediction markets. So essentially trying to forecast the likelihood of any, well, kind of event that might be relevant to you. And before I talk more about it, so here we can kind of see just how those AI agents have started to become very active on those prediction markets again. And I want to give you as well here a live demo. So can anyone come up with a question about a future event that might or might not happen, a binary question? Okay, what's the binary question? Will it happen till, or? Okay, so let's do that. Let's do it. Let's make it May. Will eigenlayer do an airdrop until the end of May.
No, can you put in April?
End of April 2024. Okay, so now AI agents are, well, okay, this AI agent is trying to figure that out, and we will look into it. But the general trend we are excited about and we are working on is we do think AI agents will be extremely powerful and will do complex tasks. And they will start to do such complex tasks that they will actually start to hire and pay each other. So kind of the tasks are so complex that there will be sub-agents that where basically the higher level agent is paying another agent some cents to do that subtask. And in this case, one task could be to find all right. Okay, let's look into it. So so first of all, so how did it now come up with that 0% probability? Let's look into it. So first it created a bunch of queries. Will Eigenlayer do an airdrop? Blah blah blah. Airdrop plans and so on. And then yeah, it kind of ranked those. It tried to find search results here, so CoinGecko, airdrops, and so on. And in the end, oh, I see, okay. And apparently that one failed. So unfortunately, something went wrong here. So usually it comes up with a nice report summarizing the findings from those from those websites it had found, and then it will come actually up with the probability. I'm not sure what happened here, but yeah.
We ask another question.
I mean, yeah, we can try. I mean, of course. Let's do another one.
Would the war in Ukraine end before 2025?
War in and before. Let's be a little bit more optimistic. Let's say before the end of 2024. Yeah. Okay, but not sure if we well, let's see. But yeah, I continue to talk. So yeah. So I mean, this is partially a demo, but still those agents are running on chain, and they are actually yeah, already paying each other. So kind of one agent is paying the other agent to find relevant sources, and then there's another agent that is able to combine those sources into reports or predictions, and then eventually there's another agent that actually has a balance and that is actually then placing trades or trying to is doing trades on markets, and of course is trying to earn or is expected to earn money with it. So we are at the early stage, but right now every day there are 10 or 20 markets being created, and they are just seeded with a little bit of money, so $10 on each market. So it's not a lot. It's not really enough for humans to care about those markets. But those agents are expected to, if they can find relevant information, they are expected to be able to make a few cents. And such a kind of creating such a prediction or such a report only costs like 1 or 2 cents in kind of AI compute expenses. So if they are able to make 5 cents on the correct trade, they will be able to survive in a way. Well, preparing the report. Let's see. Yeah, here are search results. Look. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so it says background, conflict between Russia and Ukraine escalated significantly in February, diplomatic efforts and attempts, conclusion, given the current state of conflict, the deep division, yeah, so yeah, currently it says 20% likelihood of ending by the end of the year. Okay, cool. Let's continue. So again, so we have those agents that do that. They are running. They are right now creating those trades. And again, I do think that's only one example of what agents are capable of doing. I think it will be much more very, very soon. So here, well, that was just a kind of a tweet commenting on yeah, in a way how unsophisticated markets currently still are. That you basically have a situation where five completely different projects currently all look, or the chart looks exactly the same, and that's of course because still markets are highly correlated. They are all kind of correlated to Bitcoin, and that is, in that case, I would say this means the markets are just not sophisticated. But there is an interesting element of that, of having different projects that are correlated to each other, because that can also create shared incentives. So if you are all correlated to, in the Ethereum community that used to be Ether, that all projects, their tokens are somewhat correlated to Ether, that is of course a shared incentive towards Ether. And that is something we are working on in our Gnosis kind of ecosystem as well. So out of those projects here, for example, Safe, Cow, and Guild, or no, well, not Guild, but a bunch of those projects are or have already issued their own tokens. And what we are doing is what we call here economic alignment, is that we are creating bonding pools between those tokens and GNO to kind of create this economic alignment. And that's what is meant here by strategic and economic alignment. Cool. I want to quickly mention circles as well, but mainly leave that for the discussion, or for the also afterwards I will be available. So circles is a project I have been well passionate about since a very long time, but was for a long time kind of developed essentially outside or in parallel to Gnosis. But now, specifically with our new kind of Gnosis 3.0 structure, one of the projects we are pursuing is to kind of to work on circles. And for those that don't know, so circles is a very ambitious attempt to create a new form of money, essentially, and a new form of money that is distributed through basic income. So kind of everyone who participates in the circle system gets, well, one circle every hour, uses a web of trust, and yeah, essentially the story is just that we are working, or we will do a relaunch, or kind of a Circles 2.0 that will be a continuation of the system that is live since 2020, but will bring some new elements, and will also integrate with other things we are doing, like the wallet and Gnosis Pay. Cool. That was it from my side. Thank you.
We have time for a few questions. I'd like to start with one, if that's all right.
Sure.
And I'd like to ask you, how do you envision all the Gnosis payments initiatives to work together?
Yeah. So, I didn't said that explicitly, but in the projects we are currently working on, there is a common theme that payment is in a way a part of it. So with Pay, it's very obvious. Gnosis Pay, it's clearly about payments. With Circles, well, again, it has the ambition to be a new form of money. So yes, of course, that's very much related to payment. The wallet we are working on, obviously, is a tool for payments. The agent stuff also has the AI agent stuff also has the payment angle, because we do think the reason agents, those AI agents, will want to use blockchain is because that is for them the most efficient way to pay each other. So an agent will not necessarily have a credit card or a bank account, but they will have, well, they can hold crypto and they can pay each other with crypto. So long story short, I think we have this general structure in Gnosis, or developed this general structure, but currently all Gnosis initiatives are centered or focused around the topic of payment.
Thank you.
Could you share some words about Carpet Key?
Carpet Key, yeah. So Carpet Key is a project that also came out of Gnosis, and that is managing the Gnosis treasury. So Gnosis DAO holds a significant treasury of currently $600 million, and there was a need to manage that, and that's how Carpet Key was born. So initially they did that for the Gnosis DAO. Right now they do that for 5, 6 other DAOs like ENS, partially for Lido, and yeah, that's what they do.
Anyone else?
Thank you. I have a question about the agents, which is twofold. I see that the subqueries are mostly on the internet. Is there a mechanism for bias on the source of information? And second, how is the capabilities of agents in reasoning? Or is there some sort of a knowledge graph capabilities implemented for them to reason? Thank you.
Yeah, so I'll take the second question first. So we have started to explore adding knowledge graphs to that, so that they essentially have they basically have a bunch of sources. So they have their internal knowledge that they have simply in the model from the training. They have those news sources they found online. But yes, they could also connect that with knowledge graph information to kind of, for example, verify that those information were correct or are correct. I also think that that this will go down further as a or that there will be further specialization, that some agents will just kind of build those knowledge graphs regardless of a prediction and kind of just try to structure knowledge that is somehow available, and others again will consume that. But all of that is still in early stages. So right now the reasoning, or it's essentially just more or less what LLMs are able to do out of the box. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
By the way, I just forgot to mention that this meetup was particularly co-sponsored by Circle. So as Martin said, if you have any other questions, please reach out to us or to Martin. And we also have a QR code at the door where you can sign up and join us in a Telegram chat, where we can easily trust you to be part of our Circles community.